Most guys think flirting at work looks like something from a rom-com. You lock eyes across a conference room, you both reach for the same coffee cup. Maybe she giggles at your bad jokes during a meeting and you start wondering, wait, is that flirting? But here is the truth. Real flirting at work is a lot more subtle and a lot riskier. She is not going to be obvious. She cannot. There are reputations to protect, power dynamics to navigate, and sometimes even actual HR policies to tiptoe around. But if she likes you truly, she will still find ways to show it. She just needs to make sure you are the only one who notices. So how can you tell if she is quietly, carefully trying to signal something more? How can you tell if she is flirting with you while pretending not to? That is what we are talking about today. These are the risky, subtle, and often missed ways a girl might flirt with you at work. Not the usual she laughs at your jokes stuff. We are going deeper than that. These are the moves she does not even tell her friends about. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all our videos. One, she lets you see her slip. Emotional mask drop. She shows you a side no one else sees at work. Everyone wears a mask, especially women. She is buttoned up, professional, polite, every word is calculated. But if she is into you, she will drop that mask for a second, just long enough for you to see the real her. This could look like her making a darker joke that feels out of character, something sarcastic, maybe borderline inappropriate, but only said quietly enough for you to hear. Think, if one more person sends me a quick email, I am quitting in the middle of this Zoom. She is testing whether you will laugh or look shocked. She wants to know, can I be real around you? If she never lets that mask drop around others, but she does with you, that is intentional, that is trust, and that is her flirting. To she fakes incompetence in front of you, selective incompetence test. She pretends to struggle only around you. This is not about pretending she cannot do her job. She is competent, sharp, probably ahead of you, if we are honest. But she chooses to act a little unsure around you. She will ask how to use a tool she clearly knows how to use, or she will say, I always mess this part up, and move closer so you can show her. But watch closely, she does not do this with anyone else. It is not about the task, it is about creating a safe reason to be close to you, to have your attention, to give you an excuse to help her, and to make the interaction feel natural. This is selective vulnerability. She is not helpless, she is inviting you in, and that is risky because someone watching could easily misunderstand the moment, but that is the point. She trusts you to know it is something more. 3. She highlights your off-duty moments. Off-duty attraction signal. She notices the real you at work. If she points out something about you that is not related to work, pay attention. She might tease you about your messy hair during an early morning meeting. She might joke, did you sleep in your chair, or say something like you are way more chill after lunch. These are not criticisms, they are micro-observations. What she is doing is showing that she sees you as more than a colleague. She notices how you change when you are not on, when you are tired, distracted, more like the real you. And why does she notice that? Because she is watching you, not just as a coworker, but as a man. If she picks up on these little transitions, if she notices your cologne, your posture, the way you drink your coffee, she is attuned to you in a way that is not accidental. Hold up. If you are serious about evolving past the average guy at work, drop elevate in the comments. Let us see who is operating at a higher standard. For she flirts with subtle misalignment, flirty disagreement. Q. She challenges you in a teasing way. People think flirting is about similarity, liking the same things, agreeing on everything, but smart flirting is often about soft disagreement. Let us say you mention a band you love. She rolls her eyes and says, wow, that is embarrassing. But she smiles when she says it. Or you complain about the new office chairs and she fires back, you just have weak posture again. She is smiling, she is teasing. This is playful misalignment. She is not starting a fight, she is adding tension, the good kind. It is like banter, but dialed into a low private frequency. This kind of teasing flirts with conflict, but only because she is already comfortable with you. If she did not like you, she would stay neutral, polite, safe, but when she does like you, she gets cheeky, bold, and just a little bit mean in the most attractive way. 5. She breaks the work bubble with personal invitations, low risk invite. Hint, she suggests hanging out without being obvious. These are not big declarations like we should hang out sometime. That is too forward for the workplace. Instead, she tests the water with subtle suggestions. We should check out that dumpling spot sometime. Do not you live near that new jazz bar? I have been meaning to go. It is always framed casually. Sometimes it is even masked as a group hang. We should get the whole team to happy hour, but she will look straight at you when she says it. If you say yes, she will follow up. If you brush it off, she will pretend it was not serious, but the truth is it was serious. She just needed a low-risk way to put it out there, and if she keeps suggesting ways to spend time outside of work, even tiny ones, that is her asking you to make a move without her having to spell it out. 6. She invents inside jokes. Micro-intimacy anchor. She builds inside jokes, only you to share. It starts as a throwaway comment. Maybe she mocks the coffee machine together with you one day. The next day, she brings it up again. Let us hope the espresso gods are kind today. Suddenly this random joke about the office coffee becomes your thing. Inside jokes like these are more than jokes. They are signals, they are ways of creating a bubble inside a crowded room, a small exclusive world where only you two exist. Why is that flirty? Because it is intimate, it creates a bond that others are not part of, and it shows that she is thinking about you. Even when you are not around, she remembers what you said, builds on it, plays it back. If the joke keeps returning, and it is not all that funny, that is the point. It is not about laughs, it is about closeness. 7. She uses time strategically. Strategic silence play. She creates space to make you think about her. It is easy to spot someone who gives you consistent attention. But what about someone who gives you inconsistent attention on purpose? She might go silent for a few days, no chats, no eye contact, nothing, and then suddenly she is at your desk laughing, teasing, full of energy. This push-pull is not random, it is rhythm. She is keeping you guessing, keeping you alert to her presence, making her attention feel valuable because it is not always available. This is a psychological trick, and women who flirt with subtlety know how to use it. You start looking for her, thinking about her, wondering where is she today. That space she creates, that absence, that is part of the flirtation. 8. She shares vulnerability in disguise. Hidden vulnerability reveals. She shares flaws wrapped in humor, not crying in the break room, not spilling her entire relationship history on Slack. Vulnerability in disguise. She might say something self-deprecating, I am the queen of awkward interactions, or honestly, I overthink everything. She will say it with a laugh, casually. But those little statements, they are cracks in the armor, invitations to see her as human, emotional, flawed. Real. She is not venting, she is giving you a moment of honesty wrapped in humor, and she is watching how you react. Do you comfort her? Do you open up in return? Do you ignore it? She is testing if there is space for intimacy here, not just flirtation but connection. 9. She brings you into gossip as a shield. Trust building gossip. She brings you into private office talk. Office gossip is usually shallow. Who is late? Who is leaving? Who is on thin ice? But if she shares it with you one-on-one, there is often more to it. She might lower her voice and say, okay, I probably should not say this, but that is not about the gossip, that is about building trust. She is choosing you as her confidant, and by doing that she is pulling you into an us versus them space. It is social risk. She is counting on you not to repeat it. She is showing you that she trusts you, and trust in a setting where everyone wears masks is deeply attractive. 10. She teases professional boundaries. Boundary tease. Signal. She gets slightly too casual to test the waters. She lets things get just a little too casual. A hand on your shoulder, a wink when she says do not tell anyone I said that. A voice note instead of a typed message, a nickname that no one else calls you. These are not accidents. These are tests. Each one is a brush against the wall, the invisible line between friendly and flirty. She does not cross the line. She does not need to. She just dances right up to it, and pauses because what she is really watching is not her move, it is yours. If you laugh, if you lean in, if you match the tone, the dance continues. If you freeze, or stay silent, or act confused, she will pull back instantly, and it will never happen again. That is the risk, that is the flirt. Up next, discover what women do when you are all they think about, or learn the signs she has not had intimacy in a while. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more growth, reflection, and real insight into the modern dynamics between men and women. And remember, the workplace is complicated, so every signal she sends is amplified by risk, which means every quiet hint has meaning.